Do not try any of the experiments you're about to see at home.
We're trained experts.
On this episode of Mythbusters, Doug and Brad test the modern myth that the fizz in soda can be dramatically reduced just by putting your finger in the fizz. And check that your life insurance policy is still valid, because the team journeys into life after death to test the myth that every religion provides a valid path to God. Join Doug, Brad, Brian, and Don as they don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test.
All right, Doug, I see the soda. I got a mug with ice. I know the Super Bowl's not on. What are we doing here today?
Well, I've had a number of people come up to me and they've said, or they claimed, that anytime that you pour soda into a cup and the fizz starts to come up, all you need to do is stick your finger into it, and that will cause the fizz to go down.
You know, I've heard that one too from a number of people, but I've never had the inclination to try it. I don't want to drink anything after I've stuck my finger in there.
It's gross, isn't it?
Since the dawn of the soda fountain, humanity has been plagued with uncontrollable foam overflowing into puddles of sticky goo. And all this time, the power to control that foam and have true happiness is in your little pinky.
Inside of this is two things. First, there's just the syrup. That's the flavor that we drink. The second thing that's inside of it is carbonated water. Carbonated water happens with a little device like this. This is where air, carbon dioxide, is mixed often with water. And the two things are pressed together in a compression chamber like this. And that's what gets interjected into the syrup. Follow that?
I got it.
The thing is, when it goes in there, it's ready to come back out again. It's unstable. And the thing, when you pour a hot soda over cold ice, that causes the inverse reaction to start to happen.
And what that means is, instead of fizz going in, you got fizz coming out.
Fizz is coming out. So that's a little bit of that fizz coming up right there. And then you can shake it up, it'll come out, or you can just pour it straight over this. Over that hot soda, over that cold ice, every single time it's going to create that fizz coming up. Supposedly you can take your finger and stick it in there and it's going to cause it to fall down.
Okay. So how are we going to go about testing this out?
Well, I think one thing we have heard about is that one of the things that causes the foam to go down is sometimes just we're breaking up the surface tension of the bubbles. I don't know if that's true or not. The other thing people have talked about is just the oil on your fingers is somehow interacting with the carbon dioxide bubbles and causing those things to fall down.
Okay, so we're going to need a control, a finger that's been cleaned, just testing the surface tension, what's going to happen there. We're going to need another one with a little bit of oil in there, see if that makes any more of a vigorous reaction. You know, I've heard sometimes a little bit of oil from behind the ear needs to go in there too.
That's gross.
I think that's one more shot as well.
That's gross.
Dom, today's myth that we're going to look into is whether all religions lead to the same God. You know, a lot of people believe that you put all the religions into a little, box or something like that, and you shake them up and they're all the same really in the end.
Understanding the myth of religious pluralism is not hard to grasp. It's kind of like God is driving around in a religious ice cream truck, and people are pursuing him, but they have different tastes. And like different flavors of ice cream, God has different religions that he's distributing out to people. But of course, once they get the religion, it starts to talk to them and tells them that the other flavors are really bad. But the myth says, despite what the religions say, they're all equal ways to enjoy God.
This is going to be really hard to test, Dom. Let's really think about it. What are your you're always good with the first ideas.
This one is going to be a tricky one, and we're really going to have to put our heads together for this.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw an idea out there. I think we ought to get a rocket.
Okay, I love rockets.
A rocket. And fill it up with different religious texts.
Okay.
And send somebody up in the rocket.
I like where this is going.
And I really don't have much more than that right now.
I don't like that part very much. I Okay, what about this?
Right.
Now, you know people, you've read about people like, you know, dying and coming back. Let's just talk to them and see maybe what their religion was before, and did they believe in the same religion afterwards. And, you know, you're good at spreadsheets and computer stuff, and you'll figure out a good algorithm and stuff like that, you know.
You know, guys, I've been listening to the stuff that you've been talking about. I think we need an experiment that is controllable.
Yeah.
Now, as a former electrical engineer, I know electricity. And I know that electricity can be used to get you into, I don't know, the afterlife.
What?
And if you go into the afterlife, that's true science. That's where we can begin to try to explain what's really going on there. It's, if you want to know what's happening, you have to go there.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need to do.
Let's send it.
Let's get you into each one of the different religions,
Okay.
and then send you into the afterlife and see what you really experience. That's the best spiritual test.
Dom, it's going to be a great trip.
Because you're the one taking it.
What?
Okay, the way we're going to start this is we have two glasses. One's going to be our control glass. The other is going to be the glass that my finger goes into.
All right.
Starting off with a perfectly clean finger. I've gotten all the oil off. Anything I've got on is nice and washed.
So first, Doug and Brad are going to start off with the clean finger.
All right, finger in.
You know, I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference there. Maybe a tiny amount, but no, that's pretty much dead on.
Next, to check the theory that oil on our fingers might be something that's contributing to the reduction of fizz, let's see if some olive oil might make a difference.
And go. Now that's a bit of a reaction there. That's going down quite a bit faster.
Almost twice as fast, I would say, wasn't it?
Yeah, that seemed to be a real result.
Of course, now I have olive oil in my Diet Coke.
Olive oil is a very holy food there, Doug.
And next up was a big coating of salt on the finger to see if that would get the fizz down.
You know, I'm not seeing well, it's going a little bit faster.
Not much.
Not seeing a lot of reaction with that.
And our final test will involve...
Oil behind the ear.
Oil behind the ear. We have to do that.
All right.
Yuck.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
That is the best reaction we have had yet.
Wow. Wow.
That was intense.
So, the oil on your skin, behind the ear, nose, that'll take it down.
Works just as well, maybe even better than olive oil.
Absolutely, that will take your fizz down.
Absolutely
But that's the
confirmed.
grossest thing in the world. Don't ever pour my soda for me.
Well, here we go, sir. Well done for science.
I'm going to the bathroom.
Drink up.
Now, Brian, here's how we're going to do today for this experiment. We're going to be sending you into the afterlife several different times, each time with a different religious basis. You know, you'll have the Islam sometimes, you'll have New Age, you might have Mormonism and Christianity, and you'll be telling us exactly what you experience with all that.
So it's kind of like a deep sleep.
No, you're actually going to be dead.
What?
Here's how we're going to do. I have wired these electrodes into this 480 volt panel, and what we're going to do is we're going to connect these up to both sides of you. That's going to help to shock you and to create an electric current through your heart, which will kill you. It'll also hit your brain too. Don't worry about that. When this happens, by the way, that will put you into death, and it will send you into the afterlife, so we'll be able to monitor what's going on with you. Dominic's going to be monitoring your death while you're there. We've actually got all this modern equipment over here, which is going to be trying to help to see what you're going through.
That looks like stuff from the 1950s.
It's classic. It's classic.
Can we get
Classic
this
is best.
century?
You don't want to fool with the modern stuff.
That doesn't make any sense, though.
Okay. You about ready?
No sense.
Okay. Each religion's going to come in turn. Okay.
And so it began with Brian's quick change into the Muslim religion, and, well, his demise.
Brian, just hold on to it right here.
All right, I've heard some good things about this.
Oh, yes.
So,
Well, the 72 virgins. So,
that's one of the things.
yeah, just relax, and I'm going to step back here. And oh, that was good.
Now remember, folks, we here at Mythbusters are experts. Don't try this at home. It's dangerous. Now, as for Brian, don't worry. We know what we're doing here. We're monitoring his situation, and we'll be able to revive him in, 5 to 20 minutes after he's completed the experiment.
Nice. All right, here we go. All right. Clear.
You all right, Brian? High five, man.
All right. First one down. How was it? How was it?
It's
The
hell.
day to win. Oh.
Hell.
Oh.
Next, Brian journeyed into the afterlife with a variety pack of New Age religions.
One will be better.
New Age religion.
All right, here. We're going to take you to the New Age religion.
No
Just
more.
put that one behind you. Put that one behind you, and just hold on to this one. This one's modern. So here, go ahead and try this one out.
Okay.
And just hold on. Relax. I'm going to step back again.
Well, Brian always said he wanted to visit someplace warm during the winter, so this is a little bit of a vacation for him. So, let's see if he enjoyed this trip.
Clear. Oh, good job. Good job.
Don't touch. Is
Help.
help.
Hell again? Really?
This is again.
Well, Brian is a true hero of Mythbusters, as he took on dozens of different religions and went into the afterlife to explore the results. And he found all of them provided the same thing, with one exception, and it was Christianity that finally put a smile on his face at the end.
All right. Clear.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's heaven.
Oh, all right.
It's heaven.
It's a good reading. All right.
It's heaven.
So, is this myth, is it confirmed, plausible, or busted?
Dumb. It's busted.
Oh, nice.